Hello, amazing, beautiful, brilliant, creative Black women, goddess born. All I hope you are holding yourselves, daughters, granddaughters, nieces, and goddess daughters uplifted, protected, and held sacred. Girl, let's get into it. Let's talk about that goddess born daughter of mine, that precious, precious goddess born daughter that I hold sacred, protected, and uplifted. That I make sure there is space for her to be all of who she chooses to be. And that everybody else needs to get with that shit. Simple as that. Okay? That's what we do over here. Right? So, I want to talk a little bit about kind of one through whatever of how my daughter um, dates, decides whether she's going to be in relationship with someone or not. Um, and I will put this on as a disclaimer. Unfortunately, both she and I are heterosexual. And yes, I said unfortunately, because we live in a patriarchal society, outer society. She and I are not. We do not follow patriarchal rules. We definitely follow matriarchal and ancient goddess-born rules. So to us, the patriarchy doesn't apply. Doesn't mean we don't encounter people, of course, every day in the society in which we live that do believe in that. Okay. So, to me, I've always taught her that if you're choosing to be with men, there are males that are toys. They don't belong at your house. They don't need to know your name. Okay. You need to always protect yourself, which I taught her. And, I never saw her or my son until they indicated such to me. And that's usually around the time that they were 12, 13 and their hormones were raging. I never saw them as sexual beings. I don't understand why any adult sees a child as anything other than asexual. Makes no sense to me. But then again, we are programming our daughters to be prey, because that's basically all you can do under patriarchal rules. Okay? So again, that's why I don't operate from patriarchal rules. Okay? So, my daughter chooses whoever she's going to date or whatever, but I'm very clear about her self-worth, her safety, her being in relationship with people who understand that, have been in therapy or whatever the fuck people do, and don't try to play manipulative manosphere what the fuck ever games with my goddess born daughter. Okay? For she is precious to me. She is a church I tithe to, and the only being I would consider bending the knee to. I have made room for her growth, for her self-worth and her esteem to be that there are no boundaries to how precious she is. Her worth is incalculable. So my thing was making sure everybody understood that her happiness, her well-being, her being cultivated, her being cared for and about, and her happiness and joy. Did I say happiness? Their life's dependent on that shit. So we have a system for vetting. Um, and it's pretty basic, but it also gets into behaviors and what you're looking at over time, right? Because because something is a behavioral pattern by the time it hits the third time that you see that person doing it, right? So whatever the fuck they're saying means nothing when they have a behavioral pattern that is habitual to them. That's how they react. That's how they respond to things. All of those things. Okay. And we don't make excuses for bad behavior while you're dating. Dating isn't a relationship because I'm trying to figure out if you get to be on my baby team. Are you qualified, motherfucker? That's what we doing over here. So, because I have a very close relationship with my daughter, I know what's up. And she, of course, as God is born, she chooses her life. She chooses who she is, and she chooses what she wants. And my job as her goddess born mother, and also as another goddess born to her being goddess born, because she is not less than me as a goddess born. She is here and above. All right. She is far better than me. Okay. So it is my job as the head of her security, as her goddess born mother, another goddess born to a goddess born, to uplift, protect, and hold her sacred. And every fucking body else is gonna have to get on board with that shit or keep it moving. So she dates, she does her thing. You know, I don't, I don't dictate any of those types of things to her. And when she decides, like between 3 and 5 months, if she wants to actually be in relationship with someone, then the deal is they come through me. That person comes through me. They gotta come. They gotta come to me and deal with what I'm going to rigorously put them through. Because if you cannot face me and explain why you're even talking to my daughter, why are you talking to my daughter? I don't know you. That's exactly how I get down. You come here, I meet you. She's like, okay, everybody can't meet you, and everybody ain't gonna meet you. Yeah, no, they're not. You're going to get to a certain point. I'm gonna know who they are from the beginning because I'm about her security and her safety. Okay, but I don't interfere unless there's a fucking problem. Actually, it's not a problem for her. It'll be a problem for whatever motherfucker that is. Okay, if you ever get to the point where you've gotten through the checks and the balances and the shit that I'm definitely going to do security checks, run backgrounds, all that shit. I'm taking blood, everything. Okay. If you get there and you actually get a face to face with me, girl, you're gonna meet me on the front porch with my newest addition to my family. And you're gonna explain your motherfucking self. What makes you think you're qualified to be on my baby girl's team? What makes you think you qualified to be with a goddess born? You need to explain yourself. How'd you even get this close to her? Who the fuck are you? Because there will be no raising your voice to my goddess born daughter. There will be no working to make her unhappy. No trying to manipulate her. No trying to have her submit to you. There will be none of that shit. What the fuck you doing here with my precious goddess born daughter? Explain yourself.